Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. We'll just recap the last two verses we studied, 37 and 38. Then we will go into the 39 and 40 today. Evam nirantarabhyasta brahmaivasmiti bhavana haratya vidya vikshepan roga nivarasayanam विविक्तदेश आशीनो विरागो विजितेन्द्रियः भावयेत्येकमात्मानं तमनन्तमनन्यधि आत्मन्येवाखिलं दृश्यं प्रविलप्य धिया सुधीः भावयेदेकमात्मानं निर्मलाकाशवत् सदा आत्मन्येव अखिलं दृश्यं प्रविलाप्य धिया सुधीः भावयेत्येकमात्मानं निर्मलाकाशवत् सदा Akhilam Drishyam, all that is seen. What you have to do? Pravilapya, dissolve. How? Dhiya, with your intellect. Sudhi, you are already a very intelligent person. Sudhi, a person having a very profound good intellect. Use the intellect and dissolve the entire world of plurality. All that is seen. Akhilam drishyam pravilapya dhiya sudhi. Where I have to dissolve? Atmanye. In the Atma itself you dissolve. Atmanye akhilam drishyam pravilapya dhiya sudhi. Then what you have to do? Bhavayet ekamatmanam. Always contemplate and be in the ekamatmanam bhavayet. It is an injunction, prescription. Nirmala Akashavat Sada, just like the sky that is one and Nirmala, Asanga, not having any taint, not contaminated, one and only one. Like that, this Atma is also one. You better contemplate on that permanently. If you want to contemplate on the Atman, what you have to do? There are several objects of plurality in the world. These objects of plurality I have to dissolve. How to dissolve? That's what we have to see. Atmaniyeva, in the Atman alone, Akhilam, entire Drishyam, world of objects, Pravilapya, merge, dissolve, Dhiya, by intellect, Sudhi, oh wise man, Bhavayet, you should always think, Ekam, one, Atmanam, the self. How? Nirmal Akashavat, like the stainless and pure space. When I have to think, Sada, constantly, ever. Atmanye akhilam drishyam pravilapya dhiya sudhi. Oh, my wise man, use your intellect and dissolve all the plurality of the world and merge all the plurality into that one Atman you are. And that Atman is Bhavayet Ekam Atmanam. That one Atma only you contemplate. How? Nirmala Akashavat Sada. Just like the one single space, untainted space, you contemplate on that. Previously, Aham Satyam, Aham Brahma, Dvrkswarupaha Aham. We have emphasized. That means I am the Drik, I am the Satyam, I am the Brahma, everything else is Drishyam. Now, the Drishyam or the Jagat or the world is being falsified. Falsified in the sense we are not saying it is not there. It doesn't have an absolute existence. As long as the reality is attributed to the universe, strong reactions with that cannot be avoided. If you take anything as real only, you react it. Suppose you falsify that information, you don't react on that information. Reaction is directly proportional to one's satyatva buddhi. The reality is the one which decides your reaction. If you believe that the entire world is, so-called world is unreal, the reaction means raga as well as dvesha reactions. On the other hand, if the whole drishya prapancha is understood as name and form, nama and rupa, superimposed on the atma or me, the acceptance of the world as unreal becomes very easy. This world is superimposed on the Atma. This world does not have a separate existence, independent existence apart from the Chaitanya Atma. It is the Chaitanya only that is making me project all the worldly objects. In fact, we are all nothing but the Nama and Rupa bundles projected. As long as we understand these projections are mithya or unreal, then we know we are the Satchidananda Atma. As long as we understand this, it's okay. But what is the problem with the Nama Rupa? I give reality to the Nama Rupa and becomes very difficult to accept their disappearance. They are not me. Very difficult. Once you identify the body is real, the world is real, the things are real, the possessions are real, in the absolute sense, you have a bondage. If you are absorbed in the wave of Nama and Rupa, destruction of the wave will disturb you a lot and it will produce a lot of turbulence in the mind. Okay? Know that it is mithya. The water in the ocean is satyam. The arrival and departure of the wave is a natural phenomena. In fact, it beautifies the ocean. Wave is not an interference for the ocean. Ocean is always ocean. The wave is a beauty added upon the ocean. The world is a beauty added upon myself. We will not disturb when a wave comes or goes. Supposing you imagine a wave to be permanent, will the ocean be beautiful? If a wave comes and stays like that and not allowing the next wave to come, what ocean it is? It will be boring. So the world of turbulence will be there. And don't give importance or absolute reality to that. Imagine if we get attached to one particular wave, will that wave last? Anyway, it is going to go. Likewise, any experience, any object or any person with whom you come in contact, they are all temporary and come and go. Then why do you give a permanent reality to them and get attached to them as though they are eternal and you are eternal? Then we'll find that when that wave goes, we will get upset. When that attachment goes, we become disturbed. Similarly, any Nama Rupa we give reality or the Satyatva Buddhi, that particular Nama Rupa will create a hell, will bind me. We do not require many Rama Rupas to create sorrow. One identification is sufficient. Okay? Even one identification, if it is left, that is sufficient to disturb the mind. Even for a sannyasi, he has got kamandalu, the water carrying pot, pitcher like this. That kamandalu, if he is attached, then what sannyasi he will be? Suppose he has got a small loin cloth, kaupinam. That also, if he is attached to that, what sort of detachment he can practice? So, even the slightest trace of attachment to any of the worldly objects, let the objects be there. We are not asking the objects or persons or experiences to be nullified physically. It is a cognitive shift from the reality of the world is falsified. It is a mithya. Don't give reality to the world. It is only a false world which you are seeing as a projection. The whole creation should be resolved. This is what is pravilapya, resolve, merge, means the resolution is not physical destruction. It is a cognitive shift in the understanding. As I said the other day, what does destruction in Vedanta mean? Pravilapya, dissolve, destroy. What does that mean? In case of other people, the destruction of a pot means breaking. I ask the boy, oh my dear boy, I don't want this pot. You dissolve it, destroy it. Then he breaks the pot. Vedantin never destroys the world, never destroys the people, objects, experiences. Darshana matrena. What is darshanam? Viewpoint. The pot is none other than the clay. There is no pot as such as a pot. What I am looking at as pot is only a clay. What I am looking at as the world is only a projection from the Brahman. The world is nothing but the Brahman. Whatever I see is only a projection. The name and pot, cot, these names I give are not the original understanding. This itself, if we put in our language, it becomes mithyatva buddhi. Mithyatva buddhi means impermanence, relative reality. You call it as reality, but add the prefix relative reality. You are a father when relative to your children. You are a husband relative to your wife. You are an employee relative to your employer. That relationship is cut off. Where is your fathership? Where is your employership? Everything in the world is relative. Just like in a hall filled fully with mirrors. Let us imagine a hall covered with all mirrors all around. You go there. There are innumerable number of reflections on you of you in the mirror. But there is a one reality, is one is only real. All other images are this one. You come out of the hall, no images. So the one who has entered the hall is the real, everything is reflection. Likewise, the same Brahman is reflected in the world in various names and forms. These have no permanent or absolute reality. They all have a transitory, migrating relative reality. Akhilam drishyam atmani eva pravilapya. This has to be understood. One should resolve the whole drusya prapancha, the entire world of names and forms, entire world of objects and people. He has to dissolve or resolve in his own self. And in this, the most important word is dhiya. He says wisdom. Use your wisdom. Why are you attributing such an amount of reality and then get tangled with that, get bombarded with that attachment? We very well know that it is unreal. It all rests in one's understanding only. There is no physical destruction. It's a cognitive shift. There is no mysticism evolved. Ghatam Pravilapanam, when we say, I want to dissolve the ghata, am I destroying the ghata? I'm only understanding it is clay only and not pot. Pot is a name. There is no mysticism also involved in the ghata Pravilapanam. That's why Vedanta is not mysticism. Vedanta is absolute reality. Whatever you are talking is relative reality. It's only a clear understanding in the wisdom. That's why he has used two words, dhiya, by the intellect. Sudhi, oh wise man, oh viveki, oh jnani. So jnani should resolve the entire. You are a jnani. If you understand this, you are a jnani. Jnani is not somebody sitting in the cave of Himalayas with a beard and people go and prostrate. That's not jnani. Jnani is a person who understands the relativity of the world. Is himself is a jnani, and it should resolve the entire objective universe into him, seeing that there is no objective universe other than him. Everything has got existence only because of the Chaitanya. Atmanam bhavayet. Thus, he should meditate upon himself. After having resolved the drishya prapancha, the drashta is left. What is the drashta? The Atma, Atmanam bhavayet. You contemplate on the Atma. Atmanam bhavayet. Once we know drishya prapancha does not exist separate from me, there is only one thing that is left, ekam. Ekam atmanam bhavayet. Because the whole thing has been resolved. There are many things in the world. None of them is absolute reality. I understand that they are only temporary, perishable, changing, relative, and transitory, and I have resolved them into me. Previously, when we saw the wave, there was plurality. But when the waves are resolved into the water, When we understand the waves are nothing but the water, let the waves come and go. We are not going to stop the waves. They are not enjoying the waves on the beach. Let the waves be there. But I clearly know the waves are relative. The absolute thing is the water. Similarly, the whole prapancha is nama and rupa, name and form, and the content of the whole prapancha is I myself. मय्येव सकलं जातं मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितं मयि सर्वं लयं यान्ति तद्ब्रह्मैवाहम्. That Brahma is I am. Therefore, that this loka he said, Tad Brahma Advayam Asmi. That Brahman in which the entire world is projected, into which it is resolved, that Brahman I am. World does not exist separate from me. What is the, how do I know? You go to sleep. None of your mind or indriyas are functioning. Where is the world? Where is your work? Where is your wife? Where is your to-do list? Nothing is there. Everything dissolves. Only when you are open with the Jagrata state, with the mind and indriyas, the world is there. When you withdraw the senses and the mind, the world is not there. That means where is the world? World is in you only. Now, he is giving the example. The Udaharana, the Drishtanta. What is that? Nirmala Akashavat, like the Akasha, which is ever Nirmalam. Already we have seen Nirmalam, Niranjanam, these words. Nirmalam means it is free from everything. Every anatma thing, every avidya thing, every ignorance thing is left out. That becomes the jnana swarupa, that is the Nirmala. Even though clouds are there in the Akasha, do you think the clouds belong to the Akasha or they are attached to the space? No, they are just hanging there. They will be here and then the cloud moves and goes away, or it rains like yesterday with a hailstorm and all that. So the Akasha is ever untainted, Asanga, and it is also Nirmala. Like that, similarly, I, the Drik or the Drashta, I am the Satyam. I am not connected to the Drishya Prapancha. Because the Drishya Prapancha is relative, falsified, mithya, transitory, dependent, conditional, anything you can say. Then one should meditate on what? He says, when you should meditate. No, not one day, New Year day I will meditate. And also probably on my birthday also. There's no birthday or death day. Birthday and death day are for the body. Okay, let's keep aside. You meditate sada. This nidhityasanam should be done every day, every time, everywhere. Whatever you see, it is not nidhityasana is sitting in one corner and doing it. In your physical world itself, when you are interacting, you see nothing but it as a projection, relative reality. The Satyam is only you are. So from 34 to 39, we have wonderful verses which have taught us the Nidhityasana topic. So by this Nidhityasana topic is completed. Then he will go and move into the next stage. Once you understand you are the Brahman absolute and everything is relative, how you experience that, he will be dealing with from 40 onwards in most of the slokas. Nirguna Brahma. The art of intellectual dissolution is being taught here. Four radical lessons are there. One. First lesson is the burden of reality to the world. We inhabit a state of chronic emotional friction. It is not merely the weight of the news or the demands of your work or it is the visceral exhaustion of reacting to every microaggression of a digital feed and the crushing gravity of the various identities you feel forced to defend. You get an information. If we are forced to defend or answer or accept or something. We move through the day like pinballs struck by the world that feels dangerously solid. The world is empty. Don't think the world is solid. The world is empty. You know that when you sleep that there is no world. external, and world is external, you think. No, it is in the mind. Indifferent, and it is indifferent to our peace. It is the one which disturbs the peace. This fatigue is a symptom of deeper philosophical error. We treat the world of objects as having absolute, independent, permanent reality. That is the error number one. The burden of giving reality to the world. Verse 39 is a seminal Vedantic text, provides a cognitive blueprint of dismantling this exhaustion. I'm exhausted with the world. Everyone will say, I'm so tired of these situations. I am not able to get out of it. It's so demanding. You have to dismantle that exhaustion. How? It suggests that peace is not found in books or temples or by changing the world. You can never change the world. But by resolving the world as not true, by applying the lens of Suddhi, by applying the lens of intellect, wise wisdom. So we can learn to see through the solid world and find out that its relativity or impermanency. Then you find the stainless self, Nirmala Atma. Second takeaway is reality meter. The emotional reactions are, you require a thermometer for the temperature. Here a reality check you have to do. What is the reality check? Our internal turbulence is the diagnostic tool. If you are emotionally turbulent, if you have several positive and negative emotions, even positive emotions also, like raga, passion, love, affection, attachment, and all these things, specifically the binary cravings like raga and dvesha are directly proportional to what? To the Satyatva Buddhi I give to the world. The degree of absolute reality our intellect attributes to an object or an event is the one which creates the turbulence in the mind. If the situation feels overwhelming, it is because intellect has granted it too much of reality. Without you granting reality to the world cannot disturb you. When we believe a circumstance is fixed, independent entity capable of completing or destroying us, we become a prisoner of the world. We are a prisoner of our own thoughts. Your stress is not failure of willpower. You all have willpower. It is a reality meter indicating that you have mistaken a temporary appearance for an absolute truth. A temporary phenomenon means what comes and goes. World is a phenomenal. You are nominal. Doesn't come and go. Phenomenon, nominal. Okay. This temporary appearance, you are giving absolute truth. That's why reaction is directly proportional to one's Satyatva Buddhi of the world. The third blunder or third caution is destruction of objects is a mental act and not a physical one. You don't have to physically destroy the pot to know that it is made of clay. Do you have to destroy it? You don't have to destroy the world to know that it is only a projection. We encounter a problem, our standard impulse is what? Physical. Either you withdraw from that or you get into that, you get worried, we want to break or remove the object physically or alter the offending agent or object. Verse 39 introduces the beautiful word pravilapya, intellectual merging or resolution of the world. This is not at all physical destruction, but a cognitive shift in how we perceive a substance as real. Consider pot and clay analogy. To a child, a pot is a distinct thing that must be physically smashed or destroyed if you don't want the pot. But Sudhi, the wise one, destroys the pot through darshana matrena, by seeing it the underlying substance. The wise man recognizes that the pot has no existence separate from the clay. Get me a clay pot without any clay. Show me a golden ornament without any gold in that. Merely a temporary name and form superimposed on a deeper reality. This is called the Mithyatva Buddhi, understanding the relativeness of the world. Understanding the pot is an appearance while clay is the reality. The world is an appearance while you are the Sat or the reality. To resolve the world into the self is not a mystical trance. It is a matter of dhiya, sheer intellectual activity. We do not need to change our environment or people or experiences. We only need to recognize the truth that they are all projection. What is the fourth takeaway? So I have told you three takeaways. What are the three takeaways that we have got? First one is the burden of giving reality to the world. Second one is emotional reactions or your reality meter. The third one is destruction of the objects is a mental act and not a physical destruction. The fourth one is the danger of the single wave. The example uses the ocean to illustrate the minimalism of suffering. If we see a wave as an isolated, independent entity, its inevitable disappearance is a tragedy in your mind. However, if we see the wave as nothing but water, it rising and falling is no longer a threat. In fact, it is a beauty to enjoy. The world is beautiful to enjoy, provided you understand it is a relative world which has got nothing to do with your emotional upset. We suffer because we isolate a specific name and specific form, specific bundle of experiences, and grant them a status of absolute reality. Father, husband, job, you give absolute reality to them. They perish, they go away, then you suffer. Vedanta wants that we don't need 1,000 problems to create a jail or hell. A single attachment is sufficient to jail you or give you hell. Okay? It may be a global reputation in the world, or it may be a single possession in your family. Any one of them is good enough to disturb your peace. The fifth takeaway is you are stainless space, not the clouds. The clouds come and go. Nirmala kashavat, asangavat, nirmala, without any taint, any attachment. Resolution into me is the conclusion. Pravilapya atmanam ekam atmanam. Sudhi, O wise man, dissolve that into yourself because you are the one who is projecting all that. What a single wave you are currently over-identifying and at what cost of your peace? Now you answer. There are several waves in your life. They like the waves in the ocean. You have a wave, my son's education, my daughter's marriage, my profession, my job is gone, I don't have money, I have to buy a house. Several waves are there. Identify one wave and identify how much it is costing your peace. Now, if you understand that it is a wave, the truth is it is a projection. It is unreal. It is relative reality. It is impermanent. It goes away. It doesn't have to disturb you. That's all is the understanding of Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta is a practical science. Atmanyeva akhilam drishyam pravilapyathiya sudhi bhavayedyekamatmanam nirmalakashavat sada. This is not prompting you to leave the world and run away from the problems into a Himalayan cave or a Ganges beach. It is asking you to be here, be in the thick of life, and then understand the relative reality and don't give any permanence to any of them. Atmanyeva akhilam drishyam प्रविलाप्य धिया सुधीः भावयेत् एकमात्मानं निर्मलाकाशवत् सदा. How to do bhavayet? Already in the previous verses he has covered. Let us see the next verse. What is the next verse? This is verse number 40. Rupavarnadikam sarvam vihaya paramarthavit paripurnachidananda swarupena avatisthate. Now we have completed the Nityaasana. Paramarthavit, the person who has understood the absoluteness, the absolute reality, but how he will be. Rupavarnadikam sarvam vihaya paramarthavit paripurna chidananda swarupena avatisthate. What a saying it is. Paramarthavit is the subject. Paramarthavit, a man who has understood the reality, absolute reality. The man who understood everything is migratory, everything is transient, everything is relative, including his body, mind, his possessions, his children. Everything is only relative. And he does now he is not giving any importance, absolute importance to them. Though he is in the thick of life, he has renounced the he has renounced what? He has renounced the truth in them. He has renounced the absoluteness in them. And now he is Paramarthavit. What did he do now? Rupavarnadikam sarvam vihaya. Rupavarnadikam. Rupa form, varna color, creed, caste, gender, sex, whatever you call. Rupa, varna, adi, etc., etc. Name, shape, form, color, caste, creed, jati, kola, mata, whatever you call, all these are dividing you and conditioning you. Rupa, varnadikam, sarvam. Sarvam means no exclusion, no supply. Everything has to be dissolved. Vihaya, discarding. Paramarthavit, the one who realized the absolute truth. Paramartha, absolute, with the one who realized the absolute truth. That everything is relative and the Atma only is projecting, Chaitanya only is real, that is Paramarthavit. And how he will be? Paripurna Chidananda Swarupena Avatisthate. Paripurna, it does not need anything else to make him full. He is already full. He doesn't require any external input to make him feel that he will be satisfied as full. Chidananda is now, he is the Jnana Swarupa. The Jnana is now a universal Jnana, doesn't have any segmented or partitioned Jnana. Swarupena, Atma Rupena, Avatisthate, remains as an embodiment of infinite consciousness, bliss absolute. Infinite consciousness, bliss absolute is. This from here onwards, it is called the Jnana Phala. Jnana Phala means you do this Atma Bodha, understand that the relative world is impermanent, and you are the drik or the subject which is projecting everything as the drishya, and you as the Atma is the real one. And what is the fruit of that? What is the fruit of this entire discussion and entire understanding, entire knowledge that you gain? From Sloka onwards, 40 onwards, we are told that the phalam of this. What is the phalam of what? I did Sravana, hearing, listening, understanding. I did Manana, I did reflection. I understood what is wrong, what is right. No sandehas. I did Nidhithyasana. That means every day I contemplated, I am Aham Brahmasmi, and I gave no importance to the relative world. Then I should get some outcome. What is the outcome of that? Jnana phalam. Jnana phalam is what? Jnana is Jnana phalam. Jnana phala is moksha. Moksha is not a fruit. Moksha is what you are already there. What is the phalam? Atma nishtha, Brahmani nishtha. Ni stha. Stha becomes in Sanskrit shtha. Nishtha, permanently standing or staying in that. Brahmanishta. We can even call it as Sthita Prajna of the second chapter of Gita. Gita has got 3 or 4 places. The Sthita Prajna Lakshanas have been enumerated. Second chapter of the Gita, Sthita Prajna, Parabhakti in the 12th chapter, Gunatita in the 14th chapter. 3 times we have got about the same Jnanaphala has been described. Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam, with that Makutam, Viveka Chodamani has got many verses in Bhagavad Pada has given Jivan Muktasya Lakshanam. But Jivan Mukta, this word, is not used in Gita. But in Viveka Chodamani, Jivan Mukta means you are liberated right now and here. Jivan Mukta. From the sloka onwards till the end of Atma Bodha, we are told about this Jivan Mukti, or not bound by anything while you are still in the physical life. It is not some posthumous experience after death that you get it, here and now itself. Okay? Jivan Mukta or Brahmavit, what does this Jivan Mukta do? He says, Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam Vihaya Paramarthavit. So the subject of the sloka is Paramarthavit, person who is having the Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam Vihaya Paramarthavit. Paramarthavit means Brahmavit, Atmavit. Paramarthavit means Paramaha Arthaha. Here, Artha is the reality. Parama is the supreme reality, the absolute reality. Artha means the Vastu. Vastu is the reality. What is the reality? It is not a Vyavaharika reality. It is not a transactional reality. It is not a passing reality. It is a Paramartha. That is an absolute reality. Paramartha would refer to Paramapurusha. So Paramapurusha. Purusharthas are 4. What are the Purusharthas? You have, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, righteous living. Artha, the acquisition of wealth and properties and all your belongings. Kama, the desires that you fulfill. These are 3 on one side. Moksha Purushartha is one side. If you know, there is only one Purushartha. There are no 4. For the fellow who is ignorant, there are 4. Because he considers dharma, artha and kama also are pursuits by a human being. They are not. They are false pursuits. The real pursuit is moksha purushartha. There is one song in Telugu by Acharya, Telisite moksham, Teliyakunte bandham. If you know, there is only one Purushartha, Moksha Purushartha. If you do not know, there are 3 other Purusharthas. They are all binding. So Paramarthavit, Brahmavit, Mokshavit, Jnana Swarupavit, Jnana, Jnani Sarvam, Rupa, Varnadikam, Vihaya. Vihaya means Chaktva. Dissolved. He is not concentrating anything on the Rupa and the Varna or any of the Adi means giving up all the objects, attaching them only a label Mithyatva Buddhi. They are transitory. They have no permanence. Mithyatvat buddhyat chaktva. Mithyatva buddhi, impermanence buddhi, understanding their relative reality. Otherwise, we cannot give up the body. How can you give up the body? You are grown with the body. You are so attached to the body will be there till death with you. How to give up the buddhi? Yeah, it's a mithya. It's going to go one day. Why am I so worried about it? All the same, I care for it. You have an instrument with you. Do you think your instrument is not you, but you do take care of the instrument or not? You will take care of the instrument. But the instrument is not you. Body is an instrument. Mind is an instrument. Take care of them, but don't become that. You are not body. Therefore, I, the Brahman, cannot give up anything. Let us say, I have to give up. What I have to give up? Everything is Brahman. Then what I will give up, where I will go? It's a logical question, isn't it? If everything is Brahman only, Brahman exists in everything, and if I am asked to give up all the non-Brahman, what do I give up? Everything is Brahman. You see the contradiction there, slight contradiction like thing. In fact, the one who takes up sannyasa means he wants to renounce something and run away from here to there. Let's say he wants to go to Rishikesh ashram, from here taking sannyasa. What does that mean? He has renounced family, possessions, and went there. There he will develop another samsara that is called sannyasi samsara. His ashram will be there, his possessions will be there, money for them, and all that. Another samsara will start. You cannot really give up anything. Where do I want to run away from the Brahman? If everything is Brahman, what do I give up? There is nothing to really give up. It is only a cognitive shift. The secret is just think about it. What can you really give up? If everything is Brahman, laptop is Brahman, wife is Brahman, job is Brahman, food is Brahman. If everything is Brahman, what should I give up? Then what is this giving up? Tatra midhyatva buddhiyeva sanyasaha. So Bhagavad Pada's Upanishad say, Tatra, in those objects of world and people, midhyatva buddhi eva, having that they are only impermanent, relative, transitory, migratory, dependent reality eva, that alone is sannyasa. Now you define sannyasa. Sannyasi is not one who is wearing the chiknas or the ornaments and or the dress or the code of conduct or the kamandalu or the beard, and that is not sannyasa. What is sannyasa? Tatra, in the world, with respect to the world, mithyatva buddhi eva. What is this world? The world is objects, people, experiences, which I call mine and not mine, which I call my possession, not my possessions. All of them have a transitory, migratory, fleeting, relative, impermanent reality. Understanding that is sannyasa. One need not leave the home, need not leave the job, need not leave children, need not leave his bank account. Let them be there. They are all impermanent. Brahma vyatariktaya yat kinchit vastu na asti iti drishti. Brahma vyatariktaya, apart from the Brahman, yat kinchit vastu, whatever experience or object I see, na asti, it is not there. That drishti is called yathartha sannyasa. Eva yathartha sannyasa. This is the true definition of sannyasa given by Bhagavad Pada. All of you have a misconcept. And there is a sannyasi, he has come, Swamiji, he is, okay, Swamiji also, if he has got this attitude toward the world, he is a real sannyasi. If he doesn't have it and only has the robe, he is a mithya sannyasi. If the grihastha, having all these qualities of seeing everything as relative, is a true sannyasi. No, I have to leave my wife to take sannyasa. What are you talking? Where do you go? Everything is Brahman. What do you want to renounce? Where do you want to renounce? When do you want to renounce? What, where, and when are all pervaded by the Atman. Vidvat sannyasa, vividhisha sannyasa. Two types of sannyasa. Vidvat sannyasa is what I explained. Cognitive relinquishment of the attachment to the things, understanding that they are impermanent. Vividhisha sannyasa is chihnadhari, the person who wears the dress and other things. Therefore, sarvam vihaya. Sarvam means everything, no exception. Sarvam means rupa varna adhikam sarvam. Rupa, form, varna, color, caste. Varna also can be taken as ashrama, brahmana, kshatriya, grihastha, brahmachari, all these things. Gender, male, female, kula, this kula, that kula, all that. Because it is very difficult to give up the abhimana. You have got the attachment or abhimana towards your body, towards your varna, towards your kula, towards your color, towards your appearance, towards whatever you have. You have a lot of abhimana. Get vihaya, getting away from that abhimana with these things is called sarvam vihaya. Rupa varnadikam sarvam vihaya. Okay. Somebody has taken sannyasi. He has come to our home. Then somebody asks, is he a Brahmin? What are you talking? When he is already a sannyasi, where is the question of Rupa or Nadika Sarvam? They are all Vihaya. If the moment you understand him as a sannyasi, if he is a true sannyasi, it doesn't matter what he was earlier. The very purpose of taking up sannyasa is to get rid of these problems. And where is the question of a special treatment for a Brahmin sannyasi versus a Sudra sannyasi? What is that? It's not at all according to the Shastra. So Varnam and Jati and Kulam, etc. Vihaya. Adi means etc. Then what do you do? With all these things I have renounced now. Paripurna Chidananda Swarupena Avatisthate. Paripurna. No, nothing else need to be added to make it complete. Paripurna, perfectly full, fulfilled. Pot is full. You can't add one drop of water. Such a pot is called Paripurna. This Atma is Paripurna. And it is not Jada like the table or the body or the mind. Do you think the mind also is Jada? This is Chit Swarupa. This is Jnana Swarupa. Paripurna Chit, Paripurna Ananda Avasishtate. Abides. Abides means don't think he's sitting in one corner. He abides in the Brahman. Okay, Brahman is in that corner. He will go and sit in that corner. Do you think Brahman is in that corner? No, Brahman is in the temple. He goes and sits in the temple. It's not abiding. Brahman is everywhere. Where do you have to go to sit in Brahman? You are already in Brahman. And you are Brahman. This should not be understood as sitting in one corner in a temple or in a Ganges beach or in a Himalayan cave or before the Guru. Nothing. Not in a Samadhi also. There is no question of that because everybody is always abiding in Brahman only. Where can you be there? Are you in the space or not? You show me a way of not being in the space. You should not be in the space, but you should be. How is it possible? Space is everywhere. If I have to be, I must be in the space. If I have to be in Brahman, I have to be a Brahmanishta, I must be in Brahman only. I cannot but be in the Brahman. The question is, cognitively you relinquished everything and realizing that universality of the Brahman. There is no question of that because everybody is always abiding in Brahman only, just as you are sitting in the space, standing in the space, sleeping in the space, speaking in the space. And Brahman is not confined to one corner. So abiding means nishtha. Nishtha, Brahmanishta means abiding in the Brahman. Means not forgetting the knowledge that I am Brahman. Everything else is mithya. Jivo Brahmaiva na paraha. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. The Jiva is Jiva, I am Brahma only. What about the Jagat? That is all Mithya. This is called Jnana Avismruta eva Nishtha. Jnana Avismruta, not forgetting your true nature is the Atmanishta. You can't go to somewhere to be in Brahman. You can't go to some temple or Rishikesh somewhere to be in Brahman. You are already in Brahman. You should not forget, especially when there are problems. Any kind of problem. When a problem comes, no, this is a problem outside. I am Brahmanishta. I am the one who is projecting the problem. Let me not get engrossed with the problem. The second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Paramatma, Lord Krishna, Yesha Brahmi Stitaha Partha, Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati. What a sloka. Yesha Brahmi Stiti Partha. He concludes all the Sthita Prajnas and finally gives this this verse. Yesha Brahmi Stitah Partha. This is called the Brahmastiti or Brahmanishta. Yenam Prapya. After getting into that, na vimuhyati, never deluded, never has any confusion about the reality of the lack of reality of the world. Most free from attachment, egoism, thirst for enjoyment, having reached this state, he overcomes delusion. This is na vimuhyati. What connotes is jnana avismriti, not forgetting that you are the beyond the mask, surprising reality of living and enlightenment. We are the exhausted architects of phantom itself. We spend our lives meticulously constructing identities, carving out some personalities out of very thin air. These are called gali medalu, castles in the air built of cards, defining our worth. I'm so worthy. Titles. I have 10 degrees next to my name. Positions, money, people, following, social categories. I'm Brahmin, this, that. Whatever we say, all are made up of very thin air. But this constant maintenance of the self eventually leads to a profound crisis. Now, if you identify yourself, these are yourself and these belong to you. We feel erased the moment the labels change. We feel erased totally when the moment you are having, let's say, property is gone. Then you are totally erased. 40th verse of Atma Bodha serves as an ancient map to navigate this confusion, leading us forward to Paramardhavit, the one who knows the absolute reality, Paramaha Arthaha, Paramarthaha, with knower of that. So the labels problem. Your labels are not you. Your degrees are not you. Your possessions are not you. Your laptop is not you. Your shirt is not you. Like that, Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam Vihaya Paramarthavit. Deliberate discarding of form, color, caste, creed, gender, social order, status, position, power, everything. This isn't just about ignoring your relationship. You fulfill your responsibility. It is a surgical removal of the abhimana, the sangha, the attachment, the deep-seated ego identification with your various, no, I am mother, I have to take care of the children. Without me, these people will die. Nobody will die without us. We have seen great people perish. The world continued. We think that we are invincible and we also think that we are inevitable. Both are wrong. We are invincible and world will continue to be there even without us. The ancient text, this text is written how, when? Maybe around 1800 years back. 1800 years back, what is written. This targeted varnashramas he is putting. He is priest, he is warrior, he is worker. All these are false IDs. The irony of these labels is persistent and pervasive also. The labels are persisting and they are getting deeper and deeper also. Some more new labels also we are adding to those things, and even subcasts and all those things. He who has realized the Supreme discards all these IDs that he is carrying. In your wallet, you will have several IDs. One society ID, one employment ID, one your degree ID, one Aadhaar ID, one PAN ID, all are null and void. The moment you are not there, where are these IDs? The paradox of giving it up all. It's a paradox here. You have to understand that the staggering secret regarding the nature of renunciation or sannyasa, vihaya, vividisha sannyasa, vidvat sannyasa, I have explained. Enlightenment is not sitting in one corner. Brahman avatishtate, abiding in Brahman, May not in samadhi, not in a very different place where you are. There itself jnana avismrutaha, simply not forgetting what is your true nature. Yesha brahmi sthitihi partha nayenam muhyati kaschana. You are the bliss you are seeking. You are seeking some ananda or bliss. Unfortunately, what you are seeking, you are already that. You are the Paripurna, you are the Chidananda, you are the Chidananda Swarupa. Your Swarupa will never leave you. The guna or the attribute may go away. Like, hot water, the hotness of water is a guna. It comes and goes. The moment the fire is removed, hot water becomes cold. Swabhava, Swarupa never leaves. You are Paripurna Chidananda Swarupa. Don't seek happiness elsewhere, because you are the happiness yourself, the unshakable state. What is that? This realization of jnana phalam, the final fruit of wisdom, it results in becoming a jivan mukta, the one who is liberated while inhabiting in this physical body itself. This is not a mystical promise. You do this, you will go elsewhere, you will fly, there you enjoy bliss. That's not like that. There is no mysticism here. It is completely rational. It is not a mystical promise or afterlife. It is a functional living reality characterized by the end of delusory attachment to the objects of impermanence. As you navigate your world today, you closely look at the labels you carry. All of us are carrying several labels. I particularly, the moment people say doctor, this is another label. Grandfather, another label. Householder, another label. Owner, another label. How many labels I have? Your career, your social standing, your deepest worries, all are names and forms. They are clutching you, clutching your life. Which label you would like to die without? Now you identify. Which label is the one which I wanted to shed first? One by one, you shed those labels. You must be brave enough to remove that mask, that label, unlabel yourself. Reflect and live as your true nature. Now, slokam again. रूपवर्णादिकं सर्वं विहाय परमार्थवित् परिपूर्णचिदानन्द स्वरूपेण अवतिष्ठते. I have given you two tasks in both the verses. First verse, what is the task that I have given you? To identify. And second task, your labels. Second task is your labels. Find out what are all the labels you are carrying and know that you are not those labels. Okay. The second one is, what is the single most thing that is currently taking away your peace? Identify that and what value you have put on that particular thing. What is the cost of your peace you have put on that? At what cost that peace is being disturbed? Identify them and remove them. One is the single wave, mental wave or problem that you face now. Identify that which is causing you to disturbance in the peace. Second one is, what are the labels you are holding on, which do you want to shed one by one? Identify these two things. This is a practical way of living. Hereafter, we will be only seeing the person who has experienced such detachment, such sannyasa. I have also explained Vidvat sannyasa, Vividisha sannyasa. Vividisha is with all the chihnas, all the decorations of sannyasi, and Vidvat is the one staying in any form. Maybe a student, maybe a grahastha, maybe a vanaprastha, but he knows that the entire world of plurality is unreal and he never forgets his Swarupa. That is a real Sanya.
Sir, one question.
Please go ahead.
When you said, when I have been hearing this word a lot of times, so I just want to understand from you, what is dharma?
Dharma.
Yeah, dharma.
Dharma
Dharma has to
is
come alongside
righteous
adhyayanam.
living. In normal parlance, the righteous living. Living according to the legal, moral, ethical, social code. There are legal obligations you have to fulfill. There are social obligations, looking after the parents, looking after the children properly, looking after the servants properly. There are ethical issues. There are moral issues. All these together put in one bundle is called dharma. In Upanishad, dharma is Brahma. Dharma is nothing but the truth, the absolute truth. That's why dharma pursuit also should lead ultimately to the Brahma pursuit. Dharma, artha, kama. Artha is acquiring positions. Kama is fulfilling the desires with that wealth. How you have to do? You have to earn to fulfill your desires, and you fulfill the desires in a dharmic way, in a legally, morally, socially, ethically aligned way, not out of the way. That is called dharma. And moksha
Understood.
purushartha is only one. If you know there is only one purushartha, other three are roads to that purushartha. Yeah.
But when you said like dharma, pursuing dharma is like, it means you're doing your duty with all those
Not
things.
duty. You
That
are
also be
living
making.
your life, not only your professional duty, your duties in all sectors, your home, environment, friends, this one, what office, studies, everywhere. You don't transgress the four boundaries. Legal, you are arrested and put in jail. Moral, nobody can arrest you. Now government is bringing some laws for moral also. Moral, legal, ethical, and social way of ideal living, correct living, righteous living. Okay,
Okay.
that is third.
So that is the reason why it keeps changing every yuga is what they say, correct?
It changes because if you go to another country, this dharma will not work there. There, a
Right,
sister
right.
gets married to the brother. Let's say in our neighboring country, here sister should not be married to the brother. Dharma changes.
Understood,
Okay,
understood,
there in another country you can have six wives. Here the dharma is not like that for you. You have to have only one wife, legal wife. So dharma
understood.
changes. Dharma is
So that
government
there is no
changes
dharma with
according to
respect
the
to.
context, according to the place, according to the time. There is what is called vritti dharma. Previous days, a potterer, his son will be a potterer. A doctor, a bhishak, Ayurveda doctor, his son will be a doctor. This is called vritti dharma. Now, who is following that dharma? That is erased. Now, a potterer's son is doctor, doctor's son has become potterer. What to do? But all these are in the relative plane that you have to understand. Don't give too much importance or sachyatva buddhi to that. Nidhyatva buddhi you have to have.
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः